Hey YouTube, I found my vacuum line that's missing. It actually goes from the intake to the driver's side valve cover. Found that by looking at some pictures that I took, and I'll show you here in a second. So this is the line I was missing, and I had this, well, I wasn't actually missing it, I just didn't know where it went. I had this piece here that I couldn't remember where I took off, and I had this little rubber line here. There's actually a rubber elbow, I don't know if you can see it down here, it's behind the EGR tube. It goes right, it just slips right into the driver's side valve cover. Hey YouTube, so I've actually made quite a bit of progress. I found my O2 sensor line. I found my vacuum line that I was missing. The truck does sort of run, but not totally. It starts up and it'll idle for a little while, and then as soon as I try to put my foot on the accelerator, it completely dies. I'm not sure totally what that's all about, why it doesn't run correctly. Doing some research, I have a newer PI intake manifold on the truck, and I'll show you that. You guys probably have already seen it, but I'll show it to you again. This is a newer PI intake manifold, which means the ports on the intake are actually bigger. However, you come over here to my old one. The old one has what's known as an IMT, intake manifold tuning valve, I believe is what it's called. It's basically a form of an intake manifold runner control. So my other one doesn't have that, and I didn't put it in, so I'm going to have to get tuning software to shut it off. But from what I've been told on different forums and stuff, it doesn't actually kick in until 2600 RPM, so that shouldn't stop me from idling the vehicle or running the vehicle or stepping on the accelerator. There's also no monitoring system for the IMT. Just basically the PCM sends the voltage down the line and says, hey, open to 100%, and then it drops to 50%, and then it closes. So it shouldn't be a problem without that, but I'm not sure. Now, I've also been told that the old lower intake manifold of the non-PI intake will bolt up to the PI intake in place of its lower. However, it is more restrictive than the PI. I've done the full PI swap. I'd really like to keep it the full PI. Plus, it's a lot of work. I'd have to take the whole intake back out. Not really interested in going there. I'll have to buy the tuning software and figure out what that's all about. But I should be able to get the truck to run, and it should be drivable. I gotta check my idle air control motor and throttle position sensor and make sure they're functioning properly. That's the next step.